Well, those of you who've been following my channel will know that the level of hostility that we've been seeing from senior French politicians has been escalating and escalating for a long time now. What started off as sort of weekly digs has turned into near enough daily rants, where it's blasting Brexit or whinging about the post-Brexit reality when it comes to fishing licences for the French, who seem to think they're entitled to an endless amount of access, which of course is not the post-Brexit settlement. But we've now got, in an escalation of this, Lord Frost having to address and hit back at some of the stuff that's been said. And as I've previously highlighted, I think the British government have been very restrained through all of this. But again, we've got, you've guessed it, Clement Beaune, France's Europe Minister, saying the British only understand the language of force. France now apparently pledging to ban all British seafood imports from next week in retaliation. And I want to just show you how serious this is, because I do think this escalation of hostility from the French government, of course, with the French presidential election approaching, with Eurosceptic candidates standing, including, of course, Michel Barnier. This level of hostility has got to the point now where the French are even talking about reviewing energy supply to the UK. And so we've now got to a point where Lord Frost has had to come out and say it is very disappointing that France has felt it necessary to make threats late this evening against the UK fishing industry and seemingly traders more broadly. Saying we've had no formal communication from the French government on this matter. We will be seeking urgent clarification of their plans. We will consider what further action is necessary in that light, with a UK government spokesman saying that France's threats are disappointing and disproportionate and not what we would expect from a close ally and partner. The measures being threatened do not appear to be compatible with the trade and cooperation agreement and wider international law, and if carried through, will be met with an appropriate and calibrated response. The government also saying the UK stands by its commitments in the TCA and has granted 98% of licence applications from EU vessels to fish in our waters. All our decisions have been fully in line with this commitment, and we will also be supporting Jersey and Guernsey's handling of fisheries licensing decisions. So there you go. You've had Frost previously talk about the EU coming close already to breaching the deal with the UK. You've now got France behaving in the most irresponsible, ridiculous way. Whether it's the constant digs at Brexit, obviously a deep level of insecurity from, I would say, Macron and those around him as Eurosceptic sentiment rises in France, especially after that Polish court ruling we just saw. And as Stephen Barrett points out, France is not permitted to take unilateral action. If it feels a breach has occurred, it must inform the EU, which in turn follows the dispute resolution mechanisms. Anything else is a breach of the rule of law. So there you go. As I said, I've said all the way through that the British government have been very restrained on this. I think the behaviour of the French government has been absolutely appalling. I think this is posturing. I think this is sulking about Brexit. If we continue to get mucked around here, the British government must prepare a robust response indeed. Let me know what you want to see Boris Johnson and Lord Frost do in terms of this situation with France, guys. And as ever, do make sure you have hit subscribe and the bells. I keep bringing you all the latest right here on my channel. Thanks for watching.